What's your host Tyler Holler's back with my SmackDown review for January 9th, 2026. And this was surprisingly had a world title change compared to Raw did. Yeah, it was in the Urban Arena in Berlin, Germany. And yeah, all that. The big main event is the three Stages of Hell match for the WWE Championship. And yeah, so we got that, and we also have we got two other U.S. title matches on this show, which honestly, you don't need three flipping hours of this whole thing. Anyways, we have to start with Randy Orton, coming to the ring. All that. He says it's good to be back in this ring. Welcome the crowd to SmackDown until he gets interrupted by Trick Williams and all that. Um, he gets on the mic and runs Orton down and says, everyone says it's going to be their year. The crowd chants right up and nearly drowning his voice out as he says they're a new star here in Trick Williams. He doesn't know about Germany and all that. He gets Orton a bit of math and so on. He says, it's not 2006, it's 2026. Well, speaking of 2006, I will mention Royal Rumble 2006 and 2005 and 2007 on my secondary channel. So we got through the New Year's Revolution stuff and finally got those out of the way. And now it's time to move on to Royal Rumble reviews. And this is strictly Ruthless Aggression era Royal Rumbles going into the WrestleManias. And you already know what the WrestleManias will be when I chose those Royal Rumbles. Yeah. You know, let's talk about it. Orton agreed to talk about it, thinking about his height, his smoking hot, even before saying the only number matters is 14 world titles he won. He gives Strickland some kudos, but that Williams agrees, and Orton is one of the greatest. And Orton says, but he is issuing him saying Trick doesn't have the brains. He's outside his opportunity and brainwash up with his great ones, and then you're teaching him down in NXT, but you don't turn your back on a Viper. And then the Miz wants to get his revenge on Orton, and Orton KOs him. Whatever. And Ray Phoenix comes in, and Orton and Ray Phoenix bump fists. And I was like, okay, what the hell was that for? Anyways, speaking of Trick Williams, he defeats Ray Phoenix in actually a really good matchup. Um, he gets on the mic and but wait, he says Trick celebrates as he goes to the back somewhere. Forgot to do a mic check as that and all that. Then we get a Julia interview where she's put her women's U.S. title line against Alexa Bliss, which how did Alexa Bliss get a title opportunity in the first place? We are reminded of the three stages of Hell match and all that. They show what happened with the ambulance match between Aleister Black and Damian Priest. We know that. And then sometime back, and then we got Damian Priest back in the interview. He says what's next for him. He looks at the Royal Rumble as he's opportunity to face Cody Rhodes before Drew step up to him and all that. And Anyways, then Alexa was on the phone with Charlotte, wishing her all the best and feeling better when Nia Lash Legend comes and mocks her about all this. I was like, yeah. I didn't get the last, 3 out of 5 for the last match, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Anyways, then we get the women's U.S. title. Julia defeats Alexa Bliss because freaking Nia and Lash just cost her the title. 2 out of 5 I'll give it. It was just a... Yeah. Anyways, then Nick Aldis eventually welcomes Jordan Grace to SmackDown before Chelsea Green interrupts her and shows her the Triple A mixed tag team titles, and she wants her rematch for the women's U.S. title and all that, and then Kid Wilson close by the door and asks about dealing with Matt Cardona and all that, and then he gets interviewed as well and comes up to Cody Rhodes and all that. They show a view of the battle between the MFTs and the Wyatt Six. The MFTs defeats the Wyatt Six. Why are they winning the match? And they stole Bray Wyatt's lantern and all that. What the fuck, man? Two out of 5 I get it also. It was a decent match, but why? Anyways, backstage, Carmelo Hayes bumps into the Miz, and they talk about, the title shots for the U.S. title and the WWE title. And then Dragunov also appears. He also wants to talk to Nick Aldis and all that. Think about the WWE Championship and all that. Overfilling field package. Then Jordan Grace just defeats Alba Fire in a squash match. That's all it is. It's just a fucking squash match. And Jay Carter comes out and says, "Welcome to my show." Oh, great. It's another Shayna Baszler. Where you basically throw her to the championship and lose straight away. As soon as he gets interviewed, he talks about, if kind of hopes Drew wins the WWE Championship, but either way, he is ready to whoever leaves as champion and all that. And the commentary talks about the 3 Stages of Hell match, commercial free for the final hour and all that. And then Nathan Fraser is getting right backstage when his friend Axiom ready to. But then it was Johnny Gargano in the mask, and then the real Axiom comes in and checks on him, and before heading to ringside, Shinsuke answered Carmelo Hayes' open challenge, and Carmelo Hayes defeats Shinsuke Nakamura to retain the United States Championship. Pretty good match. And yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was a good match. Okay, then they talk about, there's qualified matches for a Fatal 4 match for the WWE Championship, for the number one contendership for the WWE Championship and all that, for the Royal Rumble. It's Orton versus The Miz, Priest versus Solo, Matt Cardona versus Trick Williams, and Sami Zayn versus Alien Dragunov. Whatever. There was a video package of the main event between Drew and Cody and all that. The first fall is just a straight up wrestling match. The second fall is a Falls Count Anywhere match. And the third fall, if needed, is a steel cage match, which every 3 Stages of Hell match I've seen, they go to all 3 falls. I mean, you're not going to have the third stipulation would be nothing, really. As we get the 3 Stages of Hell match for the WWE Championship. Anyways, the first fall is just a regular wrestling match where Drew takes out the turnbuckle pad. The ref was focused on that, and Drew hits Cody in the Family Jewels and Claymore him to win the first fall. Then we get to the second fall, which is the Falls Count Anywhere portion, where Cody Rhodes won that. It was a fun Falls Count Anywhere match throughout that. And then I knew that was going to happen, really. They fought in the back also. That's cool as all. So. As finally the third portion was the steel cage match. This cage match was pretty good also. The first one was kind of lame also, by the way. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. They go all the way, and then the finish came, which they both fell out, and then Drew crawls to the door. Suddenly there's a masked hooded figure just hits referee Charles Robinson, the Robinson bump, ladies and gentlemen. And it was the return of Jacob Fatu who attacks Drew McIntyre and all that, but then he inadvertently attacks Cody Rhodes. And Drew McIntyre climbs out, crawls to the door, and wins the WWE Championship. Drew won the WWE Championship in front of a freaking fans for the first time. Cody was irate and blasts Jacob Fatu for the interference and all that. But it doesn't matter. Drew McIntyre is the new WWE Championship. This finish reminds me of No Mercy 2000 when Kurt Angle defeated The Rock because of Rikishi inadvertently costing The Rock the championship. So yeah, it's the best match on the show, and I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. So, that last part of the show made it good, so I get a B minus. Yeah, a B minus, so yeah. Tomorrow me fan take over the review, or the pay-per-view, the first pay-per-view of 2026 for the action figure and all that. And then Sunday we'll do the second Toy Story movie also, and we'll move on from there, so yeah. Also this month we're going to see some WWE 26 news and all that. There's that, and we're done for the night. Yeah. So, and also Thursday, my second show, you can start a notification on that one. You will see Royal Rumble 2005 on there. And we're done for the night. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel, notification bell, and that's it. Bye-bye.